Oh, what is going on, guys? Another resin kit unboxing back to back. This time it is the SD full resin kit here of the Hyzenthlay Rah II kit. Now, unlike the God Gundam that I just unboxed in the previous video, that I'm going to be building that in the near future, this one I don't have any plans in the near future to build this. I'm just keeping this for a little bit later on to work on this later on. So this is basically just an SD version of the Hyzenthlay Rah II. Very cool design, and I think in SD it looks awesome as well. So let's see what we got here in the box. So we've got some bubble wrapping, and it looks like we've got the parts much more separated out than with the God Gundam, and a lot more parts too. So even though this is also a full kit, just like the God Gundam, and it's SD scale, whereas the God Gundam was master grade. This one has a lot more parts on it. I can tell right off the bat. A lot of parts in here with this, but with it being a kind of extensive Advance of Zeta design, they tend to be very parts heavy, which I think is one of the reasons why Bandai has probably held off on making some of these kits for so long. It's just that they're very complicated designs, and so we have a ton of parts here. You can see a lot of these little ones. Nothing really like super tiny, but definitely plenty of little parts here for some little bits. We got some different hand options there, and I gotta say the casting looks very good. The casting on these parts all looks super duper crisp, very nice. We'll take a closer look at some parts here in a moment, but I just want to show you guys this. So we've got 3 bags full of parts there. There's some parts for the blade rifles there, and so alright, yeah, it looks very good. Very happy with this as the first impression anyway, but let's get a look here what else is in the box before we move on with some more of that stuff. So with this one, it looks like as well we've got some kind of little Lego kits, Lego pieces there for this. So just for some of the joints and stuff for this. So it's a full kit, but it's not a fixed posed kit. Sorry about the autofocus there. So yeah, it's not fixed pose. You will have some articulation with this as well, so that's nice. All right, let's get a look at the manual here. Now the manual, very interesting. The God Gundam had much fewer parts, but a much more robust manual. This one, much more parts, but very simple manual. It's just, yeah, very simple. It's one piece, front and back. The front here, you gotta look what the kit is gonna look like, all painted up, front and back. That's all we have for photos there, just the 2 photographs. On the back side, we have some parts list. It looks like this is our entire parts list. I find that kind of hard to believe because it looks like a lot more parts in the bags, but apparently this is our parts list for that. So there's plenty of them though there for that, and then it's just showing you the construction of the design here. So parts that'll go together for the head, for the arm, for like the torso section, for the waist section, for this is for the waist section. This would be for another section, the legs there. Okay, that's for the legs, sorry. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes these Advanced Zeta kits. The shoulder parts, this looks like primrose parts there basically, sort of. And then some parts here for the weapons. I'll have to get out my translator to see what this is, what this Chinese is translated. But this looks like maybe some just kind of adjustments or some things that you can make to the design there. So alright, so that's pretty much it for the manual. It's not very extensive, just very basic, but as you can see, the kit does look very, very cool. So I'm really looking forward to this guy. I think it's going to be cool. But yeah, this is a lot of parts in here. We do also have some water slide decals. It looks like we got some cool the Xeon style decals there. I think those are the Resin decals from the reboot of Advance of Zeta, if I remember correctly. And then some Titans Test Team logos there in black and in white, and then basically just a bunch of caution markings. This looks essentially like most of these caution markings are copied, I think from, it would be, who makes those? Well, they look like they're copied from a few different things, either Wave and or Haikyuu decals. So I mean, they're just pretty generic caution markings there in white, black, and red, but nice to have those included anyway. Then just pull out a piece here for us to take a look at. This particular piece having a much more complex design, as you can see here. So this does look pretty nice. You can see all the shapes, the edges all look really nice and crisp. The detail looks good. Got just gates here, and it looks like here on the front of there as well. And this little bit you'll have to cut off there also. But I mean, yeah, the casting does look very good. Even on this inner detail inside that little bit there looks really, really nice. So All the details on this kit are looking very good. The casting looks excellent, super sharp on this, very nice. Maybe a little tiny bit of flash up inside there, but there we go. A little flash is very easy to clean up, so if the worst that we have to deal with this kit is just a little bit of flash on a couple parts here and there, that shouldn't be too bad at all. So alright, this thing is looking pretty boss. Now as you guys know, I'm not usually typically a fan of much SD kind of stuff, but hey, if it's Advance of Zeta, then you know, I can enjoy it either way. Can't wait to work on this later on, after we work on some other things first. But in the meantime, that is it for the SD Hyzenthlay Rah II. If you want to check it out, again, of course, I bought mine from Museigen Hobby. That's where I got this. Not all that expensive. It was actually, I think, pretty affordable for what we've got here in the box, it looks like. So I'm excited. That is it for this video, guys, though. Just wanted to give you guys a look at this kit in case any of you were also maybe interested in picking this up. If you do have further questions or comments about this, of course, feel free to leave those down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.